What's up, everyone? It's Doug from Mojobreak, back with another 5 Up, 5 Down, the breakdown. Make sure you guys hit subscribe here on the Sports Card Nonsense Network. In this show, what we do is we do 5 hype takes and 5 hot takes, and we want to get your opinion below. Put in the comments below what you think on these topics. We got a great show. It's the Halloween season. I want to see you guys handing out trading cards and Pokemon cards to the trick-or-treaters that come to your door. So put in the comments below if that's what you're already doing. Even if you got some base cards, just start handing them out. That's better than a Snickers or a Kit Kat. You know, they've already got way too much candy when they come to your door anyway. So might as well put a nice, I don't know, Shohei Ohtani in some little kid's bag. That would be awesome. Or just some Pokemon. Grab some packs, throw them in their little buckets, and let's spread some hobby cheer this time of year. Talk about spreading some cheer. So Mantle and Yahoo have the first annual Hobby Awards, and SCN has been nominated for the best media platform. Go ahead and go over there and vote. Even though I've really only been making content for about 2 months for SCN, I want an award. Mike and Jesse aren't really they don't deserve it. I do. I've been here 2 months already. So let's vote for the SCN Media Network on Mantle Hobby Awards for best media platform. Speaking of the Mantle Awards, they also have the Collectible Executives of the Year. And I thought this was interesting. It's going to lead it into my next story. You've got Ken Golden, Mike Mahan, Jason Mizra, and some others up for Collectible Executive of the Year. My vote's going to go with Mike Mahan, what he's done with Topps and Fanatics. You know, these great advertisings, the hype that's been created over these products that Topps has done. I think he deserves the award. Jason Mizra, I don't know if he put a statement on his LinkedIn about the current state of the hobby. And I don't know if this was, a coincidence that he was nominated and he put this on his LinkedIn. And maybe you want to get some more votes, but he's the president of Upper Deck. He went on his LinkedIn and basically said that right now the hobby is too speculative. It's a big word for me. That 50% of the consumer spending is coming from 10% of the population. He goes on to saying, when boxes cost $1,000 or more, you're not buying for the fun anymore. You're speculating. You're betting that what you buy today will be worth more tomorrow. It's not like you could walk into a card shop in America and this would happen.
Hey, I only have $100 to spend. What can I get?
Get out of here, you poor. Can't you read the sign?
You walk into these card shops, like Mojobreak shop here in Santa Clara, and we have something for everyone. There's dollar boxes, there's blasters, mega boxes, including high-end boxes. There's a price point for everybody. So to say that there's pricing everybody out, well, there's availability of all these different price points. So he says the sky is not falling. He's saying that we need to be honest about what's happening, that this isn't sustainable growth by collectors who love the hobby. This is wealth concentration driving prices that most people can't participate in. Now, I do agree with certain things about what he says, and you'll see later in this show that I talk about the Wondershine purchase of the Kobe. So there's certain things that I agree with him, but I disagree because there's so many levels to this. Mojobreak shop right now is selling Topps basketball 25-26 blasters at $40. And I've seen people pull golds, hometown advantages. Some of the same quality of hits that are coming out of the hobby and jumbo are coming out of the $39.99 blasters. Now, yes, odds are tougher, but that doesn't mean that people don't have a chance at $39.99 to participate in these high-end hits. We've seen Topps Chrome blasters, mega boxes. There's so many levels that have been created to satisfy the need of all types of collectors, from kids to Kevin O'Leary. There's different levels of this stuff. So, and that's what's great. And I think it was Dr. James Beckett that says you have to have a healthy tail when the whole thing's growing, meaning the low end stuff has to be healthy. And in my opinion, I agree that it is. We have a bunch of kids. We have a shout out to Small Time Breakers, who comes into Mojobreak shop, gets a blaster. He's probably about 7 or 8 years old. He rips it. He makes a video. He knows about the inserts. He knows about the sport. And he's getting in at the level that, maybe he's only mowing a few lawns. I mean, I don't know what they pay people to mow lawns, or kids to pay lawns these days. I'd probably pay him $30, $40 to mow my lawn. Do that a couple times. You're on your way to a mega box. So there's different levels. Also, Diamond Icons baseball. Yeah, it costs $4,000 a box. But if you get into a break, you can spend 150 to 200 bucks to get a team. So there's different ways to participate at different price levels. It's just like cars. People buy Honda Civics and people buy Lamborghinis. There's a different kind of car or vehicle for everyone out there. And when you go to these events like the National or Fanatics Fest, you see the type of collectors, and they're younger. There's a lot more younger collectors. So in my opinion, the health of this hobby is really good. And we have a generation of young collectors that will turn their hobby into their pastime and show their kids. It's just a revolving cycle. And it's interesting when it comes from Upper Deck because they only make hockey right now, and they do not have many high-end products. They have the cup, but they used to have basketball. They used to have football. And when they made high-end football and basketball, boxes were $500 for Exquisite or less. I think Exquisite was like $300 when it came out. Imagine buying those in 03, 04. But there's different levels, and this hobby has grown to participate in all those different levels. So I disagree. It's just interesting coming from a guy that only has hockey, that has really not tried to have any of his product online by putting restrictions on shops selling online and certain breakers to break their product. But also, I don't know if this is any kind of hints of what's to come. Maybe Upper Deck is changing its ways, or he's dealing with board members that want to change their ways and he doesn't want to change his ways. I don't know where this is coming from. Well, in a way, he's right on super uber duper high end, but there's plenty of different levels to go on. Here's a version of Upper Deck Exquisite that comes out. It's now currently in Goodwin Champions, and it's of Michael Jordan in a suit and tie with the inscription Air Jordan, which I think is awesome. But how awesome would this be if it was in a Bulls uniform? If this was from the Jazz finals game and it was written Air Jordan? But we can't have that because we can't have nice things because of exclusives in this hobby. And Upper Deck, they're trying to hang on. They would love to have the basketball license. But I, as a collector, would love to have Jordan Bulls uniforms, autos, and just cards. So Whatnot is now valued at $11 billion. Last time I checked, Fanatics Collectibles, not Fanatics as a whole, but Fanatics Collectibles was valued at $10.5 billion. So Whatnot is currently valued higher than Fanatics Collectibles. They got their fifth or sixth series of funding. I had to do it. I hear it every day. And they are now worth $11 billion. I think that they have at least 5 rounds of investments. So there's a lot of people that believe in Whatnot. And Whatnot not only does trading cards, there's been a lot of closeouts happening. They have, a lot of shirt sellers and shoe sellers and vinyl. There's anything you want to sell, people are gravitating towards the live commerce app of Whatnot. So they're in a good spot. Also, they've made strides in order to help out the transparency of the hobby by no longer allowing buybacks to be made by the breaker. So if the breaker makes the buyback, they can't be broken on Whatnot starting November 2nd or 3rd. So that's a good thing. And this is, as more money gets involved in Whatnot, the technology is going to be better, and more restrictions to help out the consumer will be put into place. So I think it's a great thing. Topps Triumphant Tennis is not killing it. We got solicited to this in November as a last-minute solicitation from Topps at $360 cost. And come 25 days later, Topps Triumphant Tennis is down to $170 a box. 3 sticker autos per box at trying to be at that $500 level when it came out. Obviously, it fell flat on its face. Are there any Triumphant Tennis backers that can put in the chat? Are you buying now? 170 seems like a great deal now for a chance at an Alcaraz or a Nadal, some of these big name tennis autos. But I think what really turned away some of the high-end tennis collectors is that this whole set is sticker autos and there's no memorabilia. So down Topps Triumphant Tennis. Let's rework that one next year. Victor Wembanyama, sky's the limit. He's on fire to start the season, and so are his cards. My question to you out there is, would you rather have a Prism Wembanyama PSA 10 or a Topps autograph without the Spurs logo airbrushed? So would you rather have the auto or the licensed Prism card? Put the comments below, because there's a lot of moving and shaking in the Wembanyama market right now. Cam Scatabo is out for the season. I had high hopes for the collectability of running backs in the NFL. We've seen Bijan. We've seen Saquon. Derrick Henry's got longevity. We got Cam Scatabo this year. And then just another freak NFL injury is going to sideline him in his rookie campaign. We are not going to see him till hopefully next year. Giants are on a good path with these guys, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo. They play my Niners next week, so we'll see what Jackson Dart can do with Tyrone Tracy and Wan'Dale Robinson out there as he's lost Neighbors and now Scatabo. What a bummer. Like I said, he was one of the guys signing for Panini. He had a great year. You can see some prices go up. But at least we still have some Jackson Dart cards for the Giants, and we can speculate. Love that word, speculate. So does Jason Mizra from Upper Deck. We can speculate on Cam Scatabo's cards for next season. I want to know if you're a New York Football Giants fan out there, how you feel about the recent success of Daniel Jones. The guy looked like couldn't do anything for that $150 million contract when he was in New York, gets out of it, goes to the Colts, and now has the best record in the NFL. Crazy. And then you're coming off watching Hard Knocks where the Eagles signed Barkley on you. Giants were never going to get rid of Barkley. Eagles signed Barkley, and Barkley goes and wins the Super Bowl. That's tough to see those guys succeeding when you had them and you had so much promise. What's the answer, New York fans? Is this going to happen to Jackson Dart as well? Is this going to happen to Malik Neighbors? Is this going to happen to Cam Scatabo if he comes back healthy and he performs the level he was? It's got to be tough being a Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants
I'm a New York Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants
I'm a
fan.
New York Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants fan.
I'm a New York Giants fan.
I'm a New
Shohei Ohtani. This is an insane sale. And I've talked about Shohei Ohtani, 4 weeks in a row now? It's hard to not. I was trying to not talk about him. But then I saw this 2018 Bowman Chrome Auto, PSA 10 with a 10 auto base, sell for $46,000. 47 if you want to add the nearest thousand there. $47,000. This is a card that last month sold for like $12,000, $15,000. It comes a point. I ask every week, and I want somebody to comment, are you selling? Is this the peak? Is this the peak of Shohei Ohtani? Because I feel like even if he wins the World Series and gets the MVP, these prices can't go up any higher. We see that with a lot of players. Jalen Hurts, prices went down after winning the Super Bowl. SGA in basketball, prices went down after winning the finals. It's like we're paying for the finals, or in this case, the World Series championship ahead of time. Put your thoughts below on that. Mike Trout, former teammate of Shohei Ohtani. Cards are tanking. He used to be the face of baseball. We would buy boxes just to get Trout. Every boom, bang, whatever. LFG in the chats of breakers was over these Mike Trout cards. And what we're seeing here on the screen is 2011 update Mike Trout. You can see a gold parallel PSA 10 used to sell for like $4 to $5 grand, probably even more during the pandemic. But I'm just talking about more recently, past the pandemic. We're seeing these cards sell for $700. Now, I think Mike Trout is a Hall of Famer, but are you buying or selling Mike Trout flagship cards right now, or any Mike Trout cards? Comment below if it's time to buy or sell Mike Trout. It seems like a pretty good buyer's market. It's going to have one of the best WARs, and I know people say that doesn't mean anything, but we need to get him into the playoffs and go a little farther than just one game, because that's kind of scenario with Mike Trout is he just doesn't get to the playoffs, and it's not his fault. Even with Shohei Ohtani, we're going to tell our kids in 30 years, actually our grandkids in 30 years, that Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani were on the same team, and they played like one playoff game. They won no rings together. We're going to be telling the future that, and they're going to be like, oh my God, are you serious? It's like saying like Bonds and Griffey were on the same team together, and that team couldn't make a playoff. Crazy. $2.4 million for this Kobe. It is a limited logo, as exquisite as super, super high end, and it's got a really big following. It's beautiful designs. It's, some iconic players. This Kobe 24 out of 50 with an insane game use patch with an MVP subscription. Inscription, not a subscription. I don't think you can make a subscription to Kobe stuff because his license is protected by his ex-wife. But $2.4 million for this card. The sale was revealed via Secure, which is Shine and Kevin O'Leary's website that seems to be buying all the high-end cards and breaking all of the records per player. A lot of guys that collect exquisites say that there's no way this card's over 500,000. That 2.4 million is insane. I want to know below, how do you feel about this sale? Is it valid? Was this card worth it? Why is it worth so much? Now, with Kobe, at least we won't have more autos. There's not a chance at another exquisite auto. Like some of the other guys, like last week we talked about Michael Jordan. There could be more Michael Jordan signed rookie cards. But in this instance, this might be one of the finest examples of a Kobe Bryant autograph with one of the best inscriptions possible. So maybe you can't put a price tag on it. But I want to hear your thoughts because there's two sides to this. There's the people like Kevin O'Leary that's like, this card will continue to go up. And there's other people saying there's no way this card's worth that much. Put in the comments below. Make sure you guys check out Mojobreak.com. We're doing breaks every day. We got everything. We're pre-selling Absolute. We're doing that this weekend. We got Diamond Icons. We got update series around the corner. If you're into baseball, we've got Topps flagship basketball. We got Disney Chrome. We got Disney Sapphire. All kinds of stuff is breaking at Mojobreak.com. So make sure you join in, and I will see you guys next week on the breakdown.